Hey everybody. So, I see on Facebook all the time people complaining about how everyone is criticizing other people's parenting, and they're relating this to circumcision. One of the things that they're forgetting is, there's parenting, and then there's injuring kids. Now, people are doing this through ignorance, by and large, and so that's why we're trying to educate them so that they stop doing it, that they know better, do better. But instead, they're getting hung up on their parenting style being criticized. Now, why is it that the foreskin, people seem to think they have a right to cut it off? Anybody else, any other body part, if, what if it was, I don't know, people decided, okay, we're going to cut off one of our kids. Every boy we're going to cut off their finger. It's just what we do. It looks better. Then he won't have problems with that finger. So on. It's just what we do in our family. Well, then people would be up in arms. How dare they cut off, his healthy finger? Doesn't have gangrene, it's not full of cancer. They're just cutting it off just because they want to. And we're the parents, it's our choice, and so on and so forth. Well, if people said that about a finger, people would be up in arms. They wouldn't be saying, oh, don't criticize their parenting. No, you can bet people would be calling on those parents. They'd be calling CPS, they'd be calling the police, they'd be saying, hey, they're cutting off their kid's finger, and they're just doing it just because, we need to stop this. They would be up in arms. And yet, circumcision, people seem to think it's a parenting choice. It's just as bad as cutting off a finger. I always say I'd rather lose a hand than my foreskin. It's, and I'm not exaggerating. It's really an important part of the body. And people want to just, how dare they criticize our parenting style? No, we're trying to tell you why this is not sound practice. There's no medical reason for it. So any excuse for, people try to compare it to, well, parents make other health decisions and stuff for them. Yeah, but there's no health benefits. So that argument, gone. Also, it's very different, giving a child medicine or something like that, as opposed to cutting off a body part. That's a big difference, a huge difference, and people need to realize that. This is not something that should be a parenting choice, and that's why parents who don't know any better need to be educated as to why circumcision should never be done. There is no reason to do it. If an adult wants to make that choice, crazy. I don't know why anyone would. Really, the only reason why a guy does it is because they've been made to feel bad, probably. There's really no guy that's grown up having his foreskin and knowing how awesome it is thinks, oh, you know what, I want to change because everybody else is. That's not a good reason. Doing something because everybody else does it, that's not a good reason, and it's definitely not a reason to do it to someone else. So the only person who has the right to make the choice to get his foreskin removed is the boy himself when he is an adult and he knows all the repercussions and what he's losing. But this is not a parenting decision. This is not something a parent has the right to make. And it's something that, so it's not it's not intruding on another person's parenting style. It's trying to prevent people from removing healthy body parts. It's as simple as that. We're saying, don't remove healthy body parts. You'd think that would be a no-brainer. I don't know why it's so hard for people to realize this. Oh, yes, of course, I know all the reasons people give and all that kind of thing. But you'd think when they're told, hey, guess what? There is no reason to cut off part of your kid's penis. You'd think they'd be like, oh, great, that's awesome. But no, they're like, how dare you tell me what to do? So, no, we will continue to tell people, stop circumcising your boys. There is absolutely no reason. Anybody who tells you otherwise is either misinformed or lying or whatever, but there is absolutely no reason for circumcision. And it's not a valid parenting choice. Cutting off body parts, it's not okay.